Israel, because Benjamin Netanyahu has indicated that strikes alone may not be enough. He's hinting at the possibility of ground operations. Netanyahu says that additional military action could be required, even as he stops short of revealing specific plans. Now, this is a statement that's suggesting that Israel is now weighing its next move carefully, with all options currently on the table. And this is also raising concerns of a wider and more intense phase in the conflict. We have my colleague Mayank with us. Mayank, so that briefing, many hints were dropped. One, Netanyahu talking about how there could be plans, more plans in the works, and a statement about possibility of ground operations now sparking more speculation. What's the latest? You're in Tel Aviv. Tell our viewers about it.
No, let us start from the point wherein he has not given any schedule or a timeline when this whole operation will be ending. Let's begin from that. And if I say that, then it includes all kind of operations which they might be planning. And intel-based ground operations, we cannot be obviating that part of the operational plan. Other thing he's emphasized, let me bring back the public remarks or media remarks which he made yesterday, because that widens, unravels the finer parts of the whole operation which is going on right now. He brought out that the regime may not fall. I repeat, the regime may not fall, but it will be blunted, weakened to the extent, because they could see the cracks which have come in the regime. So that is also important to bring that back, that point back, that ground operation could be one part of it, just because there is no timeline given to the operation by which time it will come to an end. The second most point, which he often repeated in the talk yesterday, is that to not let Iran acquire the ability to tip the ICBMs, which is intercontinental ballistic missiles, with nuclear-tipped missiles. And he took names of the cities of US, which included Florida, that we will not allow Iran to acquire capability or tip its missiles with nuke, which can fall into the areas like Florida and all. Now, I'll come back to your point again, because we want to analyze the wider issues and aspects so that people may understand what is going on right now. So, ground operation will be just one part of it. And if you could hear that, yes, today also Kuwait has been hit by projectiles from Iran. So there's no letter from any side. Although I have to bring out that Israel had been relatively calm yesterday night, and after some time, apart from one important hit which was in Haifa, which is part of the oil refinery, and it is very strategically important, because it brings out lots of fuel, energy for Israel. That was hit by Iran yesterday. So what you see in a wider manner, lots of issues still remain to be answered, but there's no timeline to the operation which is going on right now.
Right. So no timeline given, but there are other aspects that Netanyahu addressed. Obviously, he started off by dispelling the rumors that were swirling around him. Despite that video from the cafe, there were multiple other rumors that surfaced. But let's get to the brass tacks now. You're saying there was no timeline given, but in another aspect, Netanyahu also spoke about the attack on the South Pars gas field in Iran, which the United States tried to distance itself from. US President Donald Trump said it absolutely clearly that the United States had no clue about what Israel was planning. And Netanyahu too has said that now he's been asked by America to not attack Iran's gas fields. Let's break it down point by point. We're going to play out more excerpts from what Netanyahu said. In the latest, he also says that, yes, now we've been asked by Donald Trump to not attack gas fields, especially South Pars, and we have decided to hold back. Listen in.
Well, I'll say two things. Fact number one, Israel acted alone against the Slawia gas compound. Fact number two, President Trump asked us to hold off on future attacks, and we're holding out.
So here it is, Israel now confirming after that post that came in by Donald Trump where he said America did not know and now Israel must stop. So Netanyahu has also confirmed that we acted on our own when it comes to the attack on Iran's gas field. Now let's tell you about another aspect of what Benjamin Netanyahu said. Now he also dismissed reports that Israel dragged United States into the war. Joe Kent, remember, while speaking to Tucker Carlson, constantly reiterated that America's Middle East policy is being dictated by Israel. He dropped another hint. He said that it is Israel that pressurized America into this war, and America right now doesn't seem to have a clear strategy. For now, is the Israeli Benjamin Netanyahu comes out and says that, do you think there can be anyone who can tell Donald Trump to do something and he will agree to it? Here's that aspect of his briefing.
And I want to close these opening remarks with one other fake news, and that is that Israel somehow dragged the U.S. into a conflict with Iran. Does anyone really think that someone can tell President Trump what to do? Come on. President Trump always makes his decisions on what he thinks is good for America, and may I add, I think what is also good for future generations. Together in close coordination with President Trump, the close coordination between America and Israel, our militaries, our intelligence services, we're achieving goals in lightning speed. But I want to say another word. It's been said that for 40 years, I've been saying that Iran is a danger to Israel and a danger to the world. That is true. You know who else said that? President Trump. Right before his second term, before he was reelected, I went to see him in Mar-a-Lago. The first thing he said to me was, "Bibi, we've got to make sure that Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons." He said that to me. I didn't say it to him. He didn't need any convincing there either.
All right, in the latest, the IDF continues its wave of strikes targeting infrastructure